Okay, question 1. What combined percent increase is the same as a 10% increase? So final amount is going to be 100. If they didn't tell me, I'm just going to assume that the original value is 100 times 10% increase, so 1 plus 0.1. So when there's an increase, it will be plus. When there's a discount or decrease, it will be minus. And then a 15% increase, so times 1 plus 0.15. So this is 100 times 1.1 times 1.15. And then we can type this into the calculator. So the final amount is 126.5. So the percent increase or the total percent increase is just the ending minus the beginning divided by the beginning times 100%. So something that you must memorize. That's 126.5 minus 100 divided by 100. The beginning is 100 times 100%. And we should get 26.5%. Right. Question 2. What compound percentage decrease is the same as a 10% decrease and then a 15% decrease? So A is going to be 100 times 1 minus 0.1 because there's a decrease of 10% and then another decrease of 15%. So 1 minus 0.15. So we get 100 times 0.9 times 0.85. And then we type this into the calculator. And we get 76.5. So the total percent decrease is going to be the ending minus the beginning divided by the beginning times 100%. So that would be negative 23.5%. So that's a decrease of 23.5%. Question 3. What combined percentage increase is the same as 20% increase? Same idea, the beginning value will be 100. The first 20% increase, so times 1 plus 0.2, and the second 20% increase, so we times it by 1 plus 0.2 again. We get 100 times 1.2 times 1.2. And we get 144. So total percent increase is going to be the ending minus beginning divided by beginning times 100%. And we get 44%. Question 4. What combined percentage decrease is the same as 20% decrease? So the first 20% decrease is 1 minus 0.2, and the second 20% decrease is also timesing by 1 minus 0.2. So now we have 100 times 0.8 times 0.8, and we get 64. So total percent decrease equals ending minus beginning divided by beginning times 100%, and we get negative 36%. Question 5. Determine the percentage increase or decrease on 20% increase, then a 20% decrease. So the first 20% increase, so times 1 plus 0.2, and then a 20% decrease. So we want to times it by 1 minus 0.2. We get 100 times 1.2 times 0.8. We get 96. So total percentage change is 96, ending minus beginning divided by beginning times 100%. And we get negative 4%. Question 6. Determine percentage increase or decrease on 20% decrease, then a 20% increase. So it should be the same, right? The order does not really matter. So we first have a decrease of 20% and then an increase of 20%. Because when you're timesing, the order does not really matter, so it should be the same as question 5. We will have a decrease of 4%. Question 7. An item is no longer on sale at 20% off. The new price is 25% more than the sale price. Is the new price less than, more than, or the same as the original price tag? Same idea, original price will be 100 if they don't tell you. It was 20% off, so 1 minus 0.2, but now they have increased the price by 25%. So 100 times 0.8 times 1.25. And we get 100. So there is no change. Therefore, the new price is the same as the original price. And the last one, question 8, an item which is on sale for 40% off has an additional discount of 20%. What percent of total discount is for this item? Well, so we have A equals to 100 times, so 40% off is 1 minus 0.4. And then an additional 20% off, that's 1 minus 0.2. And then we just type this into the calculator. So we get $48. So the total discount, total percent discount is 48 minus 100 over 100 times 100%. And we get negative 52%. So that's the total discount. That's a discount of 52%. Okay, I will see you in the next video to go over the next page. See you soon.